Now, we just got 50 grannies on and off this stage with no problem. I stumble and fall as we walk up here.
Y'all are doing some really important work.
All your heart. I know your heart's all in the right place. This is very important. We got a whole host of speakers coming up for you, and then we're going to step off.
Turn the monitors down.
And keep in mind, as we step off on the march, please, that there may be some hecklers, there may be some the gathering eagles that may be along the way. The best way to deal with them is do your chant. Don't engage. Don't talk to them. You know, just walk by them. They're insignificant. We are going to end this war. I used to do a lot of work with Greenpeace. How many folks familiar with Greenpeace? Yeah. And I've been on the Rainbow Warrior several times and worked with them very closely. And in 1984, French frogmen, the French government, sank the Rainbow Warrior. And Fernando Pierre was the photographer. Fernando was off on the pier in New Zealand, and he ran to get well, they all got off the ship, and the French frogmen set off the first explosion, and Fernando ran back on the ship and to get his photography equipment, and the second explosion killed Fernando. And I wrote this song the next day. I mean, they are still out there in all of their ships. The Rainbow Warrior has risen again. And in fact, my friends Walter and Glennie, who are here, we went and visited when it was in Portland, and I actually sang this song. Remember the Rainbow Warrior and the spirit with which she sailed. Through the sea she would glide with warrior at her side, together to save the world. The legend of the Rainbow Warrior goes back about 1,000 years. When the land is polluted, our destruction is near, the warrior will then appear. Well, Soviet and Japanese whalers don't abide by the IWC. The warrior has chased them when they hunted well throughout the 7 seas. Sing it with me. Remember the Rainbow Warrior and the spirit with which she sailed. Through the sea she would glide with warrior at her side, together to save the whale. Through the field underneath Trans-Canada, the warrior set sail with pride. Through the ice, the wind and snow, to Kentucky she did go, so the hunters wouldn't take their hide. On Georgia's bank they started drilling, looking for their precious black gold. The warriors sailed about, and the oil rig moved out. Fishing grounds must not be sold. Oh, remember the Rainbow Warrior and the spirit with which she sailed. Through the sea she would glide with warrior at her side, together to save the world. Okay, Eric, give it on now. Acid rain and nuclear waste dump, toxic waste poured into the sea. Wherever you find man is racing the land, the warrior is bound to be. Well, you know they sang the Rainbow Warrior, but the spirit will never die. The warrior will mend this tale once again and answer the battle cry. Everybody sing with me. Remember the Rainbow Warrior and the spirit with which she sailed. Through the sea she would glide with warrior at her side, together to save the world. Through the sea she would glide with a warrior at her side, together to save the West. Thank you. Eric Kilborn on mandolin, Holly Gettings on guitar, Bill Perry on bass. You know, I did the recycling at the Democratic National Convention last year, well, a couple years ago now. And I took the waste paper out of the convention and in 11 and a half hours turned it into 38,400 commemorative posters signed by John Kerry and John Edwards. I worked on the campaign, and after the campaign, 2 days after the election, the Canadian news was reporting that more people had applied for immigration to Canada than ever in their history. And I said, no, don't go anywhere, we need you. We got a right-wing steamroller coming down the road, we all got to get in the middle of that road and stop it. And and I sat down and wrote this song. If you'd like to join along. We got to put some spirit in this movement here today. Because I'm a blue state liberal with progressive views. Watch PBS to get my news. Air America's on all day long. It's time we're moving on. Liberal is not a dirty word, contrary to what you may have heard. We're going to stand and shout out loud. We're liberal and we're proud. So when we get to that point, we say stand and shout out loud. We're liberal and we're proud. I want everyone to stand and shout out loud. We're liberal and we're proud. 2, 3, 4. I'm a blue state liberal with progressive views. Watch CBS. Get my news. Air America's on all day long. It's time to move it on. Liberal is not a dirty word, contrary to what you may have heard. Gonna stand and shout out loud. We're liberal and we're proud. But the big one, that's a shame. Politics is the name of the game. Our message didn't get across. I guess that's why we lost. I clocked that scene, we all went down. Now it's time to get off the ground. Pick yourself up, look around, there's an awful lot to do. We lost the battle, not the war. 55 million, I'm sure it is more. Folks that just won't be ignored. Yeah, folks just like you. I'm a blue state liberal with progressive views. Watch PBS to get my news. Air America's on all day long. It's time to move it on. Liberal is not a dirty word, contrary to what you may have heard. Gonna stand and shout out loud. We're liberal and we're proud. They want a mandate, so they say they deserve to have their day. They would like us all just to go away. That's one thing we won't do. Because we have a war to end and environment needs the men. We need to do all that we can to protect the right to choose. Brothers and sisters who are gay deserve to have their wedding day. We need to be assured health care for all will be insured. Stay with me now. I'm a blue state liberal with progressive views. Watch PBS, get my news. Air America's on all day long. It's time to move it on. Liberal is not a dirty word, contrary to what you may have heard. Gonna stand and shout out loud. We're liberal and we're proud. All right, Eric. We need to make the case, not the judge because of race. We need to make it crystal clear. Good jobs are staying here. Liberals also go to church. We need more stem cell research. Schools could use a helping hand. There's too much hunger across the land. So if you think there's not much to do, friends, I got some news for you. We're gonna I'm a blue state liberal with progressive views. PBS, get my news. Air America's on all day long. It's time to move it on. Liberal is not a dirty word, contrary to what you might have heard. Gonna stand and shout out loud. We're liberal and we're proud. We're gonna stand and shout